People reckon you can predict the weather based on the ash in the oak trees. Hey up, Woodlanders. I know what you're thinking. You don't have to say it. I've been at it again. I've been buying a bit more junk. The idea, of course, is to streamline my life. But I saw these for sale on that there Facebook marketplace and I thought, oh, now they'd be handy. My idea is, rather than having my cages on pallets, I thought if I can get some IBC cages, relatively cheap, then hopefully I can get more wood in them than I can in my other cages. I should have brought the trailer down a bit further, but I was worried about making a mess. Oh, I've got a rhythm now. That's a bit of a workout. I've got to nip back later and go and get another one. I was a bit gutted I couldn't get them all in the trailer. So now that bit's done, my next job is to go and make a gate. I've got midges. Is to make a gate for Stuart with his matching panel. Last week I didn't actually put out a wood log. Nothing serious going on. It was just pretty much a repeat of what I'd already done. There was hurdle making, charcoal making, secret project work, a bit of DIY at home, and of course it was the bank holiday week. So I'll see you back at the workshop. Right, gates next. This was that bit of prep I did the other week. So I've got to finish marking up and then we'll get the chain mortiser out, we'll do some mortises. I think I'm going to try and experiment with the tenons this time. You'll see that 0 mark there, and then this one will line up that outside of the chain with that. When you pull this lever here, it jumps to this side. I just run into a bit of a challenge where this outside edge I could get to marry up with this line here, but when I've moved this lever I couldn't get it to line up with this pencil line here, and I thought, what's going on? Because this should do a 30mm pass, and what was happening was, because this timber's so narrow, this bit was bottoming out against this bit, which meant it wouldn't get full throw over. So what I've done is I've put a piece of wood in where it clamps there, just to throw this part further away so we can get full pass. It never did that last time, and I can only imagine that this timber was slightly thicker last time. Top and bottom rail, I've got this idea that I want to try and use the miter saw to cut the ends and to do a depth stop down to where I want it, and I'm kind of hoping it'll make my life easier with the whole chiseling out thingy. and hopefully get this cut here a little bit more accurate. So I've got to set up some sort of depth stop on this, and it's under here somewhere. Found it. Quite a simple thing. Got this black lever here, but then if you do that, it creates a depth stop which is adjustable, which is kind of simple and pretty awesome, really. I'll give it a test cut, see where we're at with it. Now that's interesting, of course it doesn't go back then either. Popping that in there. I've got 19. Chisel's blunt. I'll show you a very quick and very dodgy way of sharpening your chisel. You want some sort of belt sander. Belt sanders are better because they run at a slow speed. It's all about not getting your chisels too hot. Jamie, apologies for this because this undoes everything you advocate. This is just my quick and really poor chisel sharpening. I'll always flatten the back off on an oil stone. So it's not bad, it's not bad. I mean, Jamie, I'm sure you'd tell me where I'm going wrong. We'll give it a quick strop. I'll load this up with some of that paste stuff and then just a bit of leather. We've got almost a polished edge there. It's not bad really for a bit of a budget and scarper sharpen. Let me know what you think. I don't always sharpen my chisels like that. It's just the ones that are sort of cheap and cheerful ones that just roughing out chisels. Oh, that's better. This is the first full panel I've done with the template, and honestly I can't believe I've never done it before. Saves so much time. I left my window open all night which wasn't very clever. Visibility was a bit poor. I'm just reversed into my evergreen oak, which was really stupid. This morning, you'll be pleased to know that we are keeping it real. There is definitely no sign of artificial intelligence or AI here. This is definitely no virtual world. It's like a picture frame, isn't it? Could that be a thumbnail? Because of the weather, I just want fire. Trying to get it going off my little sparker and a little bit of charcoal, and it just proves that it's possible to get a fire going from an ember, and also how amazing proper charcoal is. Look at that, it's amazing. I know you won't believe it, but that was just one ember. You just got to love fire. You're like Tom Hanks in Castaway, shouting fire. Castaway is one of my favourite films of all time. Except Toy Story, that's an equal first, I think. You wouldn't believe how much difference this is going to make tonight. One panel down. We're halfway through the gate at the minute. The charcoal is giving me grief because it gasses and then it stops gassing and then it gasses and then stops gassing. However, it's lunchtime and it's raining again. The last couple of weeks have been a real mishmash. Gardening jobs to keep the cash flow turning over. Yesterday I tried to make the most of the stunning day the weather-wise, trying to keep our own garden into some sort of reasonable state, which has turned into a change of use of our vegetable bed. Just enjoy growing things. However, I'm not the best at maintenance. So our veg beds can be a little bit hit and miss, mostly miss really.
Potatoes and carrots and lettuce and onions and peas. We always grow tomatoes and we grow cucumber.
And so we thought, what is it that we eat that we could actually grow? So we've concentrated this year on salad crop, tomatoes, lettuce, cucumber, spring onions, chives, those sort of things. And then for the veg bed, we've gone for something slightly different this year. So we do eat and we do tend to harvest and we do look after our fruit. So raspberries, blackberries and loganberries. And at the Woodland we've got apple trees. So we've gone for our first ever black currants, red currants, some more raspberries in, strawberries. Popped down to my dad's last week and finished his scooter port, which was just a case of finishing off the fascia board on the front. So we ticked that off the list as well. I've been here, there and everywhere looking at different jobs, which is all good. In Melbourne yesterday, Smisby. We had a bank holiday DIY day. In other news, the hazel bean poles are flying out. So the rods that I used for weaving, I've had 3 quite big orders for them, which pays the rent, which is great. We went for a bank holiday ride over at Woodland Water, and I dropped my camera, which wasn't great. But thankfully, it had got a screen protector on it. Look at that rod. Look at that. They're all rods like that. Anyway, we get distracted. It wasn't connected properly onto my wrist, and it flicked straight off and dropped on the floor. So the screen protector cracked and saved the screen, and just left a little dint in the side of the camera. Managed with it for the rest of the day. I took some time lapse the day after, and I went to it the other day to take another time lapse, and it wouldn't switch on. The camera module itself was not charging. So I contacted DJI, and they said yes, you can return it, and we will look at it and give you an assessment and then decide on a cost. I'll have to decide whether I'm prepared to pay the costs. I've been back and forth all week trying to sort the shipping for that. Anyway, that's happily on its way. I'm a bit gutted about that because that really is a special little camera. I've also been busy on the secret project. And I put one video out, there'll be another video out going out this weekend. And that is about it really. We're almost up to speed. Keeping you up to date. Everything's been going on over the last 2 weeks. Once I get this gate finished, then this will see me right for next week's jobs then. I'm going to fit this next Wednesday over at Stewart's. If you're listening, Stewart's, stand by. Another little interesting thing I did was when I fitted my dad's scooter port, the next door neighbour, she got a willow tree. And I was telling her I admired a willow tree, and she said she hates it because it grows too fast. And what she'd done, she cut the back branch off and it had sent up all these rods up, and they were stunning. They were like 12-foot long rods, and I thought I can't miss this opportunity. So I asked her if I could just take a few cuttings off the willow, which I did. She was more than happy to do that. So what I did, I planted those in what I'm calling our willow bed thingy down there, which is the willow that I've planted before, and as I've said, it's not done very well really. But this I was hopeful for because it's quite an unusual long length. It's put out 12-foot rods in a year, which is perfect for hedge lane binders. So here they are, a bit limp with that heat yesterday. Maybe the water will penetrate and get them going. It was nice to have a little bit of a break away from the camera as well. I didn't do a great deal of filming for a couple of days. Sometimes you just want to just have time for yourself. This week, if I was to answer as a percent, I think we can go for 85%. So let me know what percentage you're on this week. Always happy to hear that. Quick hello to Gail as well, which is Justin, my brother-in-law's sister. It's complicated. Hello Gail. So welcome in, Gail. Sit down, feel relaxed. Welcome, come on in. It's going to be described as incy wincy spider weather today. Now the sun's come out, look. You gotta love a gate. I do like these. On to the next job. You may notice how green everything is. We're getting towards, I think it's the 21st of April today. And we're almost getting to the point where nearly every single tree is out into leaf now. We've just got to wait for the ash and the oaks. People reckon you can predict the weather based on the ash and the oak trees. Depending on when the leaves come out, ash before oak, we're in for a soak. Oak before ash, we're in for a splash. I've got to try and get this hazel off here because I've got stools under that lot that have got to grow. So this is becoming a matter of urgency now. I've got new shoots coming up, look, and so we really have got to get this off before those shoots start getting smashed off. My idea was to drive up and down here in the tractor and extract that way, but I can't now because the hazel stools, I'm just going to drive over them by mistake and smash them to bits. This wet spell that we've had in spring has set me behind. Munkjack damage there, look. It's when they rub their antlers against the stems. I've got a couple of hours. I think I might have a little bit of a tidy up. It's a crying shame to waste their members. I've not got another barrel that's got full. I should have emptied one today really. I never really thought, and then refilled it, and then I could have put some more bush stuff on, put this on, and it would have done and completed overnight without me having to touch a thing. It's too late in the day now, and it's Friday. It's tea time. Maybe you can see the heat haze coming out of that. You see that? A little bit of a mismatched couple of weeks really, all crammed in and mixed up and blended together to make one chaotic, mad woodlog really. Thanks for persevering till the end. I do appreciate you watching us. It's good to be able to connect with you, and I like to look at the comments as well. Next week we've got installations, we've got more charcoal making, some timber extraction next week. If you're able to, try and get out and enjoy some of the woodlands in your local area. Look after what is local to you. Do what you can. So just a stunning time of year really. And remember, don't spend all your time getting there. Enjoy the journey along the way. See you next time.